All right, we're back. It is the Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves. That's right, we are riding a mythical horse and taking your health to a much higher level. So, to get the day started, we're going to start off with hitting the hot list that is health in the news, which there is a lot of. So let's start off with a few things because we're going into wintertime. So, for wintertime, you're going to be stuck indoors, especially if you're in the Midwest. You'll be stuck under pounds and pounds and pounds of thousands of pounds of snow. So, a couple of things to look at. One, rebounding for health. That means getting that little mini trampoline that you've got in the corner that's caked up with dust. Dust it off, break it out. Start doing a little bit of exercise on that little rebounder for a few reasons. One, it's going to take your lymphatic system. It's going to help drain that, which is going to keep you a lot healthier during the wintertime, and it's going to burn a lot of calories while you're huddled up indoors trying to stay warm, which will keep you warmer while you're rebounding on that. So one thing to look at on there. Also, of course, everybody's pushing the flu shots right now. I personally will not be getting one. However, if you do decide to get a flu shot, a few things you need to consider. First off, they are only 18% effective with a 20% increased chance of getting other respiratory infections. This is true science. This is from studies that are coming out on taking the flu shot. My personal recommendation would be taking some vitamin D, about 5,000 IU a day. Helps out tremendously. But there will be more on that. Go to clintfuquay.com, click on the little Facebook link, like the page, and you'll get to see all these stories on there and all the science behind this. Also, we come out of October. Big thing with October is breast health. For the women out there, some green tea, some flax seeds, the whole seed, and cruciferous vegetables. That would be broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, all those things. Load up on those as well. They all help in reducing breast cancer incidence, and also if you do have breast cancer, it does actually help out with killing off the breast cancer cells. Lots of studies behind those. So, cool thing about that, you get to actually crucify all the cancer cells. That's pretty cool with cruciferous vegetables. I may do a shirt for that, actually. Cruciferous vegetables, crucify the cancer cells. All right, maybe not. I'm getting no laughs in here in the studio. I don't think they like that one. And a couple other things. We are, of course, in the midst of enrolling in healthcare right now for everybody. If you can actually get on to healthcare.gov, good luck with that. Because all the IT people that I know out there in the industry are cringing at how this thing is put together on the back end. So, a few things about the website, just some things for you to look at. First off, it was created by a Canadian company that actually put together the Canadian health websites and manages those. Interesting thing there. Another thing, the data entry side of the website right now is causing some faulty entry, which is causing a lot of re-entry of data if you can actually get on to enter your data in the first place. And there's been a few things with some of the state exchanges. One of them up north, the state exchange actually has a clause in it stating that it will release info to law enforcement and IRS for criminal and auditing possibilities. So, if you got anything on your record and you sign up, information could be released to the authorities. Just putting that out there for you for privacy of information, just so you know. So that's a few things on health and news. Go to clintfuquay.com or personalhealthcarereform.com. Click on the little Facebook page, like it, read up on all these stories. Also follow us on Twitter and Google Plus and LinkedIn and everywhere else. We're all over the web just for you, so you stay informed on all these things. And I pull from all different websites, all different sources, so you get every side of the story. And with that, we're going to have a little break, and we will come back at you with my insurance insider, Mr. Mark Schmidt, and we're going to talk about some individual things to look at for health insurance when we come back.
Hi, my name is Chris Addig. I'm an attorney and a veteran. I founded the Addig Law Firm with a vision. We're going to change the way veterans experience the VA's claims process. You can learn all about that on my website at addiglawfirm.com. That's spelled A-T-T-I-G lawfirm.com. But today I'm here to talk to you about something different. For the month of November, we're going to do a fundraiser for Heroes on the Water. If you go to my Twitter page and follow me on Twitter at vetlaw_US, For every new follower that we get in the month of November, we're going to donate 20 cents to Heroes on the Water. So the goal is to get 5,000 new followers so that we can raise up to $1,000 for Heroes on the Water. To find out more information, go to my blog at adiglawfirm.com or go to our Twitter feed at @vetlaw_US. Website is www.adiglawfirm.com, and that's spelled ATTIGLAWFIRM.com. Our Twitter handle is @vetlaw_US. Feel free to share this with everybody you know. Get more people on our Twitter feed to follow us, and we can raise a whole bunch of money for our Heroes on the Water.
All right, we're back. Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show, and today is all about you, your health, and your choices for insurance coverage, because, well, that is a big, huge hot topic right now, and I've got my insurance industry insider with me. I thought about blacking him out, but we have no cameras in here, so we don't have to worry about that. We could disguise his voice, too, because we got some really cool stuff on the back end, but he's fine with having his voice out there. So he's my friend, Mr. Mark Schmidt. I've known him for quite a few years. He's into everything, knows everything. Total, absolutely incredible resource of anything and everything. So I haven't found anything he doesn't know about. It's incredible. So with that, we're going to talk about some insurance. So we're going to start off. Mark, tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself. We only have 15 minutes. So,
well, Clint, because you said that I know everything about everything, let's start off with saying I will say I know generally about a lot of things. That being said, when you started school as a child, you spent years learning, being educated. Then you went to intermediate school. You spent years growing up, trying to learn as you went. Then you went into higher education, and throughout all those years, it takes time to absorb. It takes time to memorize. It takes time to think about and process education. Well, the healthcare bill is like going to school. I partner with several business lawyers. One is a securities lawyer, and they've basically read the original healthcare bill, and they said, wow, a lot of pages. So if an educated business lawyer takes a lot of time to read and educate themselves of what it is actually saying and what is it really talking to the people about as far as insurance, that leads me to this statement. The average person, including the average insurance agent, we know generally some details. We know what we've been told by the media, because most of us are not in that place where we can actually look at all 700 plus pages, and now it's my understanding it's doubled and tripled in things added to it. That being said, healthcare is a very important issue, obviously, for all mankind. You can travel anywhere in the world and you will find out that most people do not receive good health care. In the United States, we are very lucky that the majority of the people are taken care of, some not as fast as others, but our education and the practice of medicine in the United States is far beyond everyone else's. That being said, I'll turn it back over to Clint.
Okay. So with that, everybody out there, just understand how convoluted and complicated this whole thing is, because the bill that is out there now is not the original healthcare bill that was originally passed. Just so you know this, they are two completely different things and have been changed considerably since the passage of this thing. Even if you want to throw out there that it's constitutional because Scott has put it out there and said this is constitutional, the bill that is on the books right now is not what they were looking at. So just to put that out there. So just for everybody out there, for their own knowledge, we're in November right now. What do they need to do between now and January 1st as far as looking at if they're going to get insurance, if they've been dropped from their company's plan, because I know many have been, if their plan that they've had they've been dropped from that, or the rates have been increased. What are their options right now between now and January 1st as far as getting insurance? And we'll start with that.
Most people, whether they are families, individuals, or companies, or whether they are young people or seniors, we are all facing those questions. And my best advice is, if you are unsure about what you have and where you're going with your insurance for your health care, you need to sit down with a competent insurance agent, one that has experience, one that has good support. I'm associated and an agent with InSphere Insurance Solutions, that they are a major player in the world in insurance. One thing they do offer their agents, because they do realize that most agents do not have all the answers, is they give them lots of support. One thing you need to do is sit down with your agent, again, ask the questions, have them give you the answers they can give you, and then if further discussion and search is needed, they can go to their support system, get back to you. You should not make a decision like you're facing a salesperson. I've got to hurry up, make this quick sale. That's not what it should be about. What it should be about is, what are the best solutions, alternatives at this point? That leads me to this statement. When I sit down with a client, I do what's best for them right now, if possible, the near future. There are several private insurance companies out there that are offering, if you sign up by a certain date, that they will guarantee certain premiums to a certain point. A lot of them are going to 12 months, which is really a good thing. Always has been a good thing in an insurance industry, because even before the healthcare bill, there were rate ups, different reasons why. But it's nice to have some kind of comfort knowing that your premium is going to stay the same. The big question is, how much are premiums going to go up? No one really knows for sure. We've heard everything from 20% to 60%. Don't be rattled by that. Sit down with your competent insurance agent, develop a trust with them, and have them develop a trust with you that they have knowledge, and if they don't know the answer, they will find the answer for you. Again, solutions should take more than one sitting.
In other words, it's like buying a car. Don't buy on the first offer.
Exactly.
And always have that car checked out, especially if you're going to buy pre-owned. A couple of things for people to look at, I know you can only be general on this, is group insurance versus individual policies, because I know that's one of the things out there for looking at cost savings.
Okay, Clint. I would say that there are quite a few agents out there that are appointed with both individual family and group insurance companies. Some of the companies are the same carriers. Usually they have different divisions. What that means is, not all insurance agents can explain to you and offer to you all of those insurance programs. Usually in the insurance industry, most agents are focused on certain areas. So when it comes to talking about what's best for you, first of all, group, you have to be a business. You have to have, there are several insurance carriers out there that offer group to a company that has as little as 2 employees. And of course you can go up to thousands. Each carrier offers different levels of types of insurance to best package and offer the best benefits for those numbers. What is the difference between individual and group? Well, group is basically deals with businesses. Individual are either single people or persons or a family. There again, you want to sit down with your insurance agent, someone you feel comfortable with, and get their take on what are the best solutions for you. Most good insurance agents have more than one option for you. I highly suggest you take the time and find out as much as you can and have exposed to you as much as you can about the different solutions for you and your needs.
Okay, very good. One thing with that, as far as insurance coverage, there's been a lot of scare stuff going on about Medicare and military policy changes, and as far as I know, there's going to be no changes at all with Medicare or military coverages. Is that correct, at least for the next year?
The coverage is staying the same, and you have many options when it comes to Medicare seniors. You can either have Advantage plans or you can have supplemental plans. They are all different. There again, you need to sit down with an expert insurance agent in the senior health care market. When it comes to military, pretty much they handle their own. You can sit down with an agent that is familiar with government insurance and government employees or retirees. If they're familiar with that area, then they can kind of give you the different options you might have between private insurance, government insurance, and military insurance. There again, though, you make sure that that agent is familiar with all of those if you're going to have a discussion on the best solutions there.
Okay, perfect. Just, I want to put that out there because there's been a lot of scare tactics about Medicare and military coverage changes. One thing I want to look at is after January 1st. Of course, right now the individual mandate is still in play, or at least it possibly will still be in because it's January and we're recording in October. But if things stay the same, January 1st, if you don't have insurance, then you go into the penalty phase, which I believe is $95 for the first person on the insurance policy, and then $45 or so for every person or all the dependents, or 1% of your income, or whichever is higher for the first year. Of course, it grades up much, much more every year after that, and by year 4, the penalty is so high that insurance will actually be less than the penalty.
The health care bill is law. When will it be enforced? That is a very good question. As everyone knows, there are a lot of things going back and forth in Congress and the President of the United States, Capitol, and they are trying to work out the best solutions for Americans. I would highly suggest, again, that you don't panic. I wouldn't be overly concerned with what is my penalty going to be. I've always believed that whether you are 20 years old or whether you are 92, you need some good form of health care, life insurance, and supplemental insurance as appropriate. There again, you want to sit down with your competent insurance agent, find out what your options are. But for everybody to be overly concerned about what's going to happen with penalties and so on and so forth, as we know, small businesses and mid-sized businesses have been given a year delay in penalties and so on and so forth, so they could perhaps work things out. I have my political views, but I'm not going to give them at this time.
Come on. We only have like 5 minutes or 3 minutes left. So
okay, take the right, take the left, get rid of the right and get rid of the left, and then everyone else in the middle will compromise and come to the best balanced solutions. That's my political statement.
I like that one. Very good. So a couple other things, because I know we've got a few minutes on the clock here. Everything we've been talking about today is essentially some options outside the federal exchanges because, well, getting on to healthcare.gov has been just a nightmare. And seriously, everybody needs to see the IT concerns behind that website because it is majorly malfunctioning right now and will continue to be. But just I'm going to have you back on after January. So just a few predictions about after January 1st. What can we somewhat kind of expect, and we'll see if that's what turns out whenever we come back on.
Well, first of all, do what's best for yourselves and your companies and your families and at this present time. Go make the best decisions. We cannot really tell the future. The second thing is after January 1st, there's going to be a lot of noise and a lot of confusion. Again, just like there is right now. There again, sit down, take a deep breath, sit down with a competent insurance agent, find out what are the best solutions come January 1st.
And speaking of getting with a very competent insurance agent, would you like to give out your information so people can contact you, or so you can forward them over to other agents as well?
Well, my name is Mark Schmidt. You may text me at 502-889-0539, or you may email me at my personal email address, Mark with a K, my, word, W-O-R-D, the number 7, at gmail.com, and I'll be glad to sit with you one-to-one or in a group and have further discussions.
Yep, and if he can't sit with you, he will find somebody that can because he's fantastic. Otherwise, go to clintfuquay.com, click on the blog link on there, and we're going to have more information about this show, deeper information about that, and some other resources for you to look at. both on the federal exchanges and outside the federal exchanges for yourself too. Don't make a rash decision on your healthcare coverage. And, of course, I am Clint Fuquay. This is the Personal Healthcare Reform Show on Pegasus Net Waves, flying very, very high on the wings of a mythical horse and taking your health even higher. Go to the website, clintfuquay.com or personalhealthcarereform.com. We'll be back. Next show will be about retirement and elder care. You don't want to miss it because this is a huge, huge thing, and there have been a lot of changes in this industry that you need to be aware of.